What's up, guys? And we are back with another video. Today it's a video concept that I've been sitting on for a while. So as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be giving you advice for college. If you guys are new here or didn't know, I am a college graduate. I graduated in 2024 from Dominguez Hills with a bachelor's of science in cellular and molecular biology and minor in public administration. I'm also a first generation college graduate. The first thing I want to discuss, the purpose of college. Yes, you are there to get an education, but you're also there to make connections and start your networking for when you get out of college. You need reference letters for certain jobs or for school for a doctorate's degree or something. You're also there for the experience. When I went to college, I knew that I would have to work full time. I wasn't able to participate in school events or anything, and I feel like that didn't give me the full college experience that I should have gotten, and because of that, I'm lacking networking experience that I could have had to advance me in the career path that I wanted to go into. So let's go back to high school. I would say do your research on what you want to be, different programs you want to participate in, or what major you're interested in. Because I know a lot of people who went into college undecided. To be honest, I feel like that's not beneficial for you, because your second or third year, that's when you start getting into your classes for your major. And if you're still confused, like, oh, I don't know what I want to do, you're quite literally just wasting time. Take the time to do your research on schools, compare the acceptance rate and the programs they have, maybe even look into professors who are known for having good connections with different companies or businesses. This college thing, take this as an advantage. You're taking all this money away from you. Get your education, make those connections, make your life easier on you when you get out. Look into scholarships as well as financial aid. If it wasn't for financial aid, I would have been screwed. Financial aid in the state grant, you don't have to pay back. The only time you'll have to pay if you don't pass the classes that you're required to pass to get the financial aid. And those units that you're categorized in, you have to pass 70% of them. You end up on bad status, they will cut your financial aid, bro. How to apply to college. Most of the colleges, you just go onto their website and apply, and some of the applications cost some money. It's a California website, sometimes it waives the charges that you will have to pay for your application, especially if you're lower income. So put that into consideration when you are applying to colleges. So once you're in college, you know what major you want to do. If you're interested, you should look into a minor. For me, biology was just my thing, because in high school I took biology class and I was like, everything's clicking here. And then always knew what career path I wanted to go in since junior year. Was my high school teacher at the time, love you Forbies. She made us research what career we wanted to go into and research about it. I knew what I wanted to do. I researched about the career, what was the best major to take, and all of that, so I already knew what path I was going. And because I'm an entrepreneur, I was like, okay, let me do something that also involves business so I could gain all the knowledge that I need to now and here, instead of having to come back and do it. Also want to speak about certain career choices. No one really talks about this, but there are things called trade schools that will just have you do your prereqs, which are the basic classes, and then boom, you get right into your career classes, and then 1 or 2 years or so, you end up in your career. If you want to do something like phlebotomy, EKG tech, RN or something like that, I feel like a trade school is a better path for you. You just need to do deep research, get advice, talk to people who are already in that career, maybe shadow them to gain experience. You just got to use this world and this networking and this communication thing to your advantage. Just because you didn't do good in high school doesn't mean you're not going to do good in college. I'm going to be honest with myself and with you guys. In high school, I was an average student. If you were a basic student in high school, there's a more likely chance you're going to succeed in college. I don't know how it works. I don't know if there's research about this, but from my experience in talking to other classmates and stuff, they've literally had experienced the same thing. Don't give up hope just because you weren't good in high school, because it could be a totally different thing in college. Anything you need to do for sure is make sure you get buddy with your classmates, as well as talking to your teachers. Networking and connections will literally get you far. If you have like a cool classmate and you're struggling with something, most of the time out of their way to help you, because they know later in life or a different situation it will be beneficial to them to get your help also. One thing you need to know or be pretty good at: organization and time management. Organization wise is more because you want to make sure you get all your assignments turned in on time, because a lot of professors don't like work. You might get some cool ones that's like, okay, I understand life happens, but sometimes those professors be mad straight. So just try to be organized, you feel me? Color coordinate stuff, put stuff in your calendar. Same thing with time management. Schedule out your times for studying. One of the questions I got from one of my followers, he asked, what time do you spend outside of class studying? Me personally, I would study 3 or 4 hours a day. Maybe not straight, because I didn't want to overwhelm myself. Another thing she said of advice, which is, you know yourself best and be realistic about your time management and self-discipline. Me personally, I know I can't hyperfixate on one thing for a long time, or I will get distracted, or it will literally, quite literally, just leave my brain. You know yourself best. Take the time you need to study a topic or ask questions or look up YouTube videos. And for me personally, studying, I'll look up YouTube videos. I'll take notes, rewrite my notes so it would unintentionally stay in my brain. I will also rent out study rooms with my friends in the library. They will teach each other of the certain topics that we knew best, just to help each other out. Now, friends. Making friends is not that hard, and a lot of different professors will put you in groups to do certain assignments, and that's when you unintentionally make friends. You may make genuine friendships just from little things like being in a group together, following each other on Instagram, being inspired by the paths they're taking. With the freshman 15, they're going to tell you that during orientation. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of true. The freshman 15 is basically you will gain 15 pounds your freshman year, and you're going to eat whatever you want. I would say just be aware of that. If you don't want to gain 15 pounds, try scheduling some time to work out. Another topic that's not really discussed, we have anxiety and imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is, it's like a feeling of, oh, I'm in college, but I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not good enough to be here. And anxiety, I feel like it ties in the same way. Different resources on campus to help you with that. If you don't want to do that, you always have the people to talk to. Personally, I experience both. How I deal with anxiety, I do breathing. Imposter syndrome is just something you have to tell yourself, like, if I'm going to think negative outcomes are going to happen. If I think positive outcomes are going to happen. And you have to remind yourself, like, I've been through all this stuff in the past and I'm here now. What makes me think that it's something crazy is going to happen in now that's going to mess up my future? Because I am supposed to be here. If I wasn't supposed to be here, I wouldn't be here. Jobs. Just remember that you are working, you're getting experience by working, but also you need to focus on your studies too. So you just have to find that work-school balance. Maybe getting a job in your career, shadowing someone. They do be having jobs on campus. That's what I did for my first year. So that was helpful because they're only going to let you work 20 hours a week. If you want to be like a lab tech or something, I would say maybe volunteer in the lab, because that is going to help you. And then once you graduate, you could just, for California anyway, you'll have a year of experience already and you can automatically just do the certification. Just try to fully experience college. Go to some events if you can, like homecoming and stuff. Just, you want to have fun, okay? That you will be meeting a guidance counselor like each semester. So if you ever have questions, you can always ask them and they'll give you resources of people who will know better about certain topics. I use that to my benefit and it actually helped me in certain things. Typically, you're gonna want to go to back to school shopping. The professor will send out a syllabus like a week or two before you have school. I would personally say hold back on buying the textbooks and stuff the first day of school, only because some of them, like, they put it on there, and then some professors are like, oh, you won't need the textbook, you just have to put it on there because blasey blasey. And also know that you don't have to buy a hardcover textbook, but there's like a lot of websites where you can find a free PDF of the exact same textbook. I would say on the first day of school, mostly the things you will need to bring are like a notebook, a pencil, print out the syllabus for each class. And don't think just because it's the first day of class, you're gonna just chill and you're not gonna do anything. Most professors, you're gonna walk into class, you're gonna do an icebreaker, introduce yourself, tell them a fun fact about your summer, a fun fact about you. You either hop right into what you guys are doing, like chapter 1, blasey blasey. You will also look over the syllabus. So just keep that in mind. It's not a chill day. Like, you're gonna get right into a type. Some will just go over the syllabus and let you out early. But if it's a complex class, let's say chemistry, you quite literally hop right into the first chapter the day you come after you guys go over the syllabus. I also wanted to touch on community college. Financially, it's more of a smarter decision to go to community college. And then if you really want to, transfer to a university. Community college classes are way cheaper. Also, if you want to like graduate faster, it's better to do summer classes that you know are transferable. It'll help you graduate faster. To know if units are transferable, there's also a website for that. Tap in with someone to get that website. Also, some tools that were very beneficial for me is rate my professor, just so you can get the vibe of the professor. Let's just be realistic. If there's a majority of students saying, oh, this teacher's bad, they have attitude problem, I would definitely believe them. We have Che, helps with homework and study tips, as well as Quizlet, and again, YouTube videos. Lastly, I just wanted to talk about financial literacy. I feel like in college is the best time to start getting your foot in the door about your financials. Just remember, think smart. This is your first time living. Yes, you're going to make mistakes, but make sure that mistake isn't so bad that it's hard for you to live the rest of your life freely. You should get a credit card, especially if you have a job. But when you're using your credit card, spend it on small things that you could pay off same day type, like maybe subscriptions or toiletries. Don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything crazy. Start your savings. If you have financial aid, don't be like me, bro. I could have been rich right now. I'm just kidding. Don't blow it. Try to save at least some of it in like a high yield savings account. That would have been so helpful. Oh my god. In some type of savings, save, get a credit card. If you can, get a car. Getting your own car at that time is going to be so beautiful, so much freedom. Like, you just don't understand. Sometimes you have field trips and they don't get you a bus. You have to drive yourself, or you have to hitch a ride with a classmate type or the professor. So getting your own car is pretty beneficial. Lastly, I have some questions from some of my followers. What's the hardest part outside of passing units? I would say the hardest part would have been making connections or being connected with the school. So be open to talking to people and letting them get to know you just a little bit or a lot of bit. It's just up to you to make your life easier. Last question I had was, did you live on campus? If not, why? And do you regret it? If not, I did not live on campus because I lived a couple minutes away. Also, it was better financial choice for me. Do I regret it? I would say yes. If I chose a different college, I obviously would have dormed. I feel like dorming gives you a whole different experience. You'll be able to actually mature and grow up instead of just staying home. But if you have to stay home because it's a better financial choice for you, I would say do that. Don't just go out of your way just because you want the college experience, like a full college experience like you see in the movies and stuff. My biggest advice to everyone, I would say, research your major, minor, scholarships, FAFSA before you even go to college. If you can, dorm in college, but make sure the number one thing that you do, bro, save money, gain connections, and start your networking. Again, for the last and final time, that is going to be so beneficial for you when you get out of college. You might even have a job before you even graduate. So keep this all in mind. Either if you're going to college, if you're in college, this is just my advice. And if there are certain topics I didn't touch on, please comment down below, and I'll try to give you guys advice. If it's about boys or partying, I didn't do that, so I don't know what kind of advice I would give. I would just say in those two categories, just be safe, think smart, drink closed drinks, not an open cup, because those men are weird. Not even just men, just people in general are weird, bro. So just be careful, be safe. Hopefully this advice helps you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on those post notifications. I'll be posting a video next week, so stay tuned for that, and you might see a couple people you haven't seen in a while. So yeah, stay tuned.
Comment down below. Comment and subscribe. Oh, nah, nah.